Alrighty, so I think I'm live here. Let me click good luck. All right, so there's good news and bad news about this. The bad news is that I really thought I had the white pieces this game, and I go to check right before the game, and apparently I do not have the white pieces. I have the black pieces. The good news is that it's much better to play with the black pieces because then you don't really have to figure that much out for yourself. Okay, so let me put a link to the stream in the chat just in case anybody wants to watch this. Let me see. Where's the link? How do I get a link? Share. Looks good. Okay. Copy. Put this in the chat. Streaming here. Oh, wait. Whisper it in the chat. Streaming here. Link. Okay, cool. All right, so my opponent plays 1d4. I really have no idea. I literally prepared to play the white pieces against this guy. I was looking at some crazy French sideline, and now 1d4. Oh boy. So I think I'm going to start with d5. I don't even know what he plays. 1d4. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm going to play. I don't know any Indian defenses. Okay, I'm either going to play the Slav or the Chigorin. I really don't know which. Okay, and of course he goes completely nutso with the Verisov attack. Um, hmm, I mean, simply knight c6 here, and we'll see if he wants to go kind of Jobava style or the classical Verisov. Well, I mean, I was saying I was gonna play the Chigorin myself, so okay. All right, so I believe that the move here is just pawn c5. No, the move here is pawn e6. I should probably figure out the move here. Okay, the move is pawn e6 followed by pawn c5. Can't remember. E6, knight b5, knight a6. I remember that much is okay for black. I think that e6, if like knight f3 or something, I think I go c5, and I'm pretty sure he has to take it or something ridiculous like that. I think it's e6 here. E6, and then is it c5? I can't remember all this stuff. Okay, e6. If he goes knight b5, I go knight a6. If he doesn't go knight b5, then I'm actually going to struggle to remember. In theory, I should be following some chessable course by Sam Shankland, but I really only watched the introductory videos here. Okay, so he plays e3. C5 looks like a pretty logical way to continue. Let's play c5. If he takes it, then I'm going to play knight d7, I think. And I really hope that I haven't just mangled the move order somehow. But if he takes it, I'm just recaptured, right? What am I saying? All right, he goes knight b5 now. That looks pretty. Maybe that's actually good. Did I mess up the move order this early? What was the correct move order? Okay, so he goes knight b5. Now after knight a6, I don't have pawn c6. Okay. I mean, obviously this is still fine for black, dude. There's nothing to worry about here. But okay, maybe I need to recall the correct move order here. What was I expecting? Was I expecting knight f3, c5 maybe? I have no idea what I was expecting. Okay, so knight b5, obviously threatening c7 check. Knight a6 seems like pretty much the only way to defend that. Okay, so I know, so I kind of got a little move ordered here. Because I know if he played knight b5 immediately, I was going to play knight a6, and then I could follow it up with c6, c5, kind of kick that knight out. Maybe now, bishop d7 could still be a threat, right? Okay, so he goes c3. Bishop e7, castles, and kind of get rid of that threat. It doesn't really look that unreasonable. I don't think I've done anything that crazy here. If I go bishop d7, maybe he thinks about knight d6 stuff. Okay. But anyways, I'm firmly out of book. I have a ton of time. So, yeah, let me check, see if anybody's watching this. Probably not. Oh, my goodness. One viewer. I'm so flattered. Okay. So, yeah, just bishop e7 castles is one way to play. I'm trying to think if I see anything better. Bishop d7 doesn't really have a threat anymore if he's just going to play c3. Can always think about trading here. I don't know. I shouldn't think too long. I mean, to take is a mistake. Surely he doesn't want to take this. I think that would be pretty dandy for me. So, yeah. Okay, it's not ideal. haven't done anything that crazy, right? Yeah, it's bishop e7 castles. I mean, you can't give this opening too much, more respect than it deserves. I mean, it's just like, it's a legal way to get your pieces out. Does a4 create some kind of terrible threat? I have no idea. Does he want to go takes, and b4 and try to pancake me or something? I'm somewhat tempted by knight d5 here, but that's probably how you get in trouble against this opening, is by answering. Oh, this isn't e5. This is e4. Knight d5 and g5 is kind of what I was thinking, but it does seem a little silly, so I'm not going to do it. I don't understand. Like, I'm developing my pieces. I have, reasonable control over the center. Like, I'm not doing anything that unprincipled that I really should be scared of a move like a4. Like, right? Just gonna castle. Watch me just get pancaked somehow. Okay, I'm gonna castle because I don't believe that this is a good way to play for him. It just seems a little silly. Like, I obviously have a development lead, like not huge, but I do have a real development lead. I am castled. He's not. I guess he's gonna try to rectify that soon. I mean, now I have the option of knight h5, right? And maybe thinking about challenging this knight on knight c7, which he spent so much time and effort on that knight. I feel like it's a good thing if I can challenge it. So knight h5, he probably just leaves it. Probably plays bishop d3 or something. Takes. He doesn't really have a Greek gift idea, so I think I should be able to continue there with knight c7 if I really have to, or just simply bishop d7. Yeah, maybe bishop d7 is not so great. Let's see. Maybe knight h5, bishop d3. Maybe I take here, exploiting the fact that you can't recapture the e-pawn, which is maybe the favored capture. Taking with the c-pawn is going to allow some check here. Knight h5, bishop d3. Then I think, yeah, I would take there. You can recapture the knight. Looks a little funky. I just got to make sure I don't get like bishop h7 or something after I do this move. But I think that's a long way away. Okay, so knight h7 candidate move. Yeah, I mean, if I have any one weakness as a player, which is not true, I have unlimited amounts of weaknesses. But if I had to pick one weakness, I would pick positional play. So you never know. I mean, maybe if I show this to Jeremy Silman, he would just like slap me or something. But it doesn't look unreasonable. Like you invested a lot of time into these two pieces, so if I could chop one of them and challenge the other one, yeah. Okay, bishop pair is a real thing, right? Let me just make sure I don't get tactics here. Okay, so knight e5, I guess, could be some idea. Knight h5, knight e5, takes. You can play f6 if I really have to get rid of your knight. And why not? f6. Because I think I'm playing. I thought I was playing e5, but I'm not. Okay. Well, at least after knight h5, knight e5, I probably can't play c takes d4. Knight h5, knight e5. Obviously, yeah, not cd4. So maybe takes. I mean, it's a bishop pair. It's real, like a bishop pair is a thing. So maybe f6 there and just knight c7. It's not that crazy. Bishop pairs are real. Knight h5, knight e5. I mean, I feel like that, I guess, is somewhat what white wants. Like, if he can get an open e-file, then maybe the f6 is not such an ideal move. I'm not sure. Takes here now? Take here now. If e takes, that would be critical, I guess. Knight h5. And now you can run back away this way. So that doesn't seem that compelling. Knight h5. Knight here. Takes. And you want some like queen h5 nonsense or something, right? I want to just be able to force through just like f6 e5. So f6. No, probably not f6 e5. I could play f6, but probably not e5. Well, I guess I take this. takes. Okay, what is even my line now? Knight h5, knight e5, takes, takes. Can only assume takes here. Hold back e5. I still get bishop b4 check, maybe. That doesn't seem so crazy, does it? I'm gonna go knight h5. Hopefully I stared at it long enough that I'm not just gonna get tactic did. I don't know, like on positional grounds, I guess. Take a bishop here. Try to get rid of the strong knight if I can. And I'm also going to keep an eye on my teammate's game here. Kilichi Monger, who I think, yeah, he definitely, last time I checked, he had a very strong attack. And now it looks like he still has a very strong attack. Yeah, this looks like pretty tough. I guess you just have to watch out for the king running this way. I wanted him to play bishop d3 a long time ago. Like, let me see. I guess he went for kind of a slow attack. Yeah, I thought here, bishop d3 is probably lights out, right? Bishop d3. Yeah, and just threaten to move the bishop and take on h7. Like, what do you even do about that? I was looking at bishop d3, and what was it? Yeah, like knight d7, for example. I'm pretty sure I had bishop h7. If you take, I'd play back here and get all this stuff. Like, I think bishop d3 there. But okay, I mean, it's such a strong attack. It's really funny. Like, he spent 0 time sacrificing this exchange. I wonder if, could this be theory? It's only move 13. I wonder if this is just a line he looked up. Well, let's see. Yeah, I mean, attack looks scary, I guess. Where's his mate, though? Where's his mate? Like, even if I, imagine that even I give you a rook h3 for free, and I just start running for the hills this way on king f8. You see that bishop h6 coming in. Yeah, okay, it looks pretty over. If I get to take on h7 and play bishop h6, then that should be enough. Okay, back to my game. So I guess, yeah, candidate moves for my opponent would be knight e5. I mean, bishop g3. I didn't even really consider bishop g3, but it does make some sense. Okay, he plays bishop e5. Definitely not what I was expecting, because I thought, I mean, just f6 here, right? And then I thought I was just getting a... I mean, anything that helps me play e5, you know, really helps the scope of that bishop. So f6 probably drops all the way back to g3. I probably take it. Probably plays h takes. Now I have to watch out for bishop d3 taking on h7. e5 immediately. Takes. Yeah, I don't know. I'm somehow attracted to that. I mean, f6 is the obvious move. f6, bishop g3. Maybe I don't have to take it. No, maybe I definitely have to take it. Takes, h takes. I just have to not get pancaked on the king side. And maybe take on d4. C takes d4. No, maybe e takes d4. E takes d4. Maybe then I could play e5. Takes, knight takes. Rook e8, f4. That doesn't seem right. F6, bishop g3. Knight g3, hg3. If not immediate e5, then I guess I don't have to take on d4 right away. What if I play knight c7 there? I mean, just a very... Yeah, knight c7. Maybe bishop d3 there. I don't know how much of a concession pawn g6 really is. Oh, wait, maybe... No. Yeah, pawn g6 is actually a decent-sized concession if I've already played f6, right? Definitely something I have to look out for. Just sacrifices everywhere on that square. Certainly an interesting game. f6, bishop g3, take on g3. H takes G3, C takes D4, E takes D4, Knight C7, maybe Queen D3. No, maybe Bishop D3, G6, and Queen C2. Really, just trying to go ham over there. Yeah, maybe Knight H5 was ill-advised. I didn't really consider this that much. I was sure he's going to play a Knight E5 there, which also didn't look that bad for him. But yeah. Let me test one thing. This is going to make audio feedback, so I apologize. Just making sure that we can hear my audio. Okay. This is not my game. This is Kalichi Monger's game. Okay. I don't know. How committed am I to playing F6, Bishop G3, Knight G3? I guess I don't have to go completely crazy there. And I always have maybe an F5 idea. No, I feel like I'm kind of locked in to playing for E5 if I go for that. F6, Knight G3, F6, Bishop G3, Knight G3, Hg3, Knight C7, Bishop D3. How ridiculous would F5 be? Probably pretty ridiculous. Just give you Knight E5, no questions asked. I mean, maybe this whole thing was ill-advised. Okay. I could take on D4 now and see which way he recaptures. Okay, I mean, worst case scenario, in that position with Bishop D3, G6, Queen C2. Yeah, even the bishop is dumb there, right? F6, Bishop G3, Knight G3, Hg3, C4. Well, it stops Bishop D3. But that does not mean it's a good move. I really don't know. I am kind of getting pancaked here. Okay, so I guess F6, Bishop G3. I'll have to wait. Like maybe if I play some other moves first, maybe then Knight G3 can become a thing. Like I guess I don't have to play it immediately, but also I kind of do because Bishop H4. So never mind there. Not ideal. Not ideal. S6 Bishop G3 takes H takes. Come on, that's definitely worse for me, right? I can't play something ridiculous like H6. I'll just get rightfully clobbered there. E5 is the thematic break that I need to find a way to play. E5 takes, knight takes, just straight up, just sack a pawn for it maybe. Queen F6. Yeah, but knight goes back to F3. I don't know. Is there anything to be said for that? Huh. All right, I think I am going to go down the path of F6, knight takes G3. Well, then maybe I should not. I'm really second guessing myself. I don't know. I need to have a little more confidence. I'm going to play this move because I do not believe that I'm checkmated after it. And if that's not a good enough reason to play a move, I don't know what it is. Also, I'm completely overlooking maybe this possibility. That'd be pretty committal. I assume just Bishop G3 here. Bishop G3 is probably good enough for him. All right, and he is going to do an H-file attack, and I am going to have to do my best to hold on here. I wonder what was the right move order. Not C3 here. Maybe A6 here. Wait till he moves the knight before I play C6, C5. Maybe just Bishop E7. castles, c5. Like wait till knight c7 is not a threat before playing c5. Okay, he goes bishop g3. I am going to take this. He takes with the h-pawn, obviously. All right, so now bishop d3, and how am I going to actually deal with this is the question. So my first thought is to try to sack a pawn here somehow. C takes d4, e takes d4, and e5, and try to get something going in the middle. Takes, knight takes. Doesn't look that impressive, does it? Not at all. Takes, e5, takes, knight takes. That is not, I wouldn't even call that a pawn sack, right? Take here first, ed5. Gosh. This ain't really good. This ain't good. I can't even kick the knight out, which is funny. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that somewhere along the way, I like this is just like a thematic plan of this silly opening, right? Just walk right into it. Okay, e5 is still not a thing. Maybe pawn c4. Let me see at least if my teammate wins here. All right, now surely we're completely winning, right? Just bishop h6, or also bishop g8. Both of these are big threats. Both of these are big threats. Okay, so that should be an easy win. My board is not looking too good. And I'm so down on time. I don't know what I've been thinking about this whole time. Have I been even saying words? I don't know that I've thought at all. Okay, knight c7 is just, yeah. Knight c7, bishop d3, g6, knight h4. Like, I'm just going to get clobbered. Queen c2. And then I can't play queen e8. Could play rook f7 to defend. Ugh. Why am I doing this, man? It's so passive. Okay. Bishop d7 instead? Knight c7 takes. I don't even know. I don't even know. Knight c7. Why am I so focused on this? I need to be more worried about this, probably. So rook f7 is my idea to hold on for dear life on the king side. Takes. All right, let's at least pretend I'm going to play e5. I'm going to take here. C takes d5. I assume you take with the e pawn. And I'm honestly, yeah, I'm just so pessimistic about this kingside attack. Bishop d3 coming, right? Okay. So, now I'm getting really ridiculous. I was calculating a line where I let him take on h7. Probably definitely don't want to do that. I mean, g6 is still not technically losing yet, right? As long as I can play rook f7 and kind of hang on for dear life there. It don't look good, but it's not technically losing. So I think I am so bad. Knight c7, do I just lose if knight c7? Knight c7, bishop d3, g6, queen c2 here. And what if he play? I don't know. How can he continue the attack here? I don't know, knight h4 maybe. Knight h4 is not that scary. Then I could trade here. Trade. I get some pieces off. I don't know. I at least feel a little bit better. Knight h4, I can play e5 idea too. Okay, I mean, I don't know. Why do I even want to play knight c7? I want to play knight c7 because I'm scared of your knight on b5. I don't know. I don't know what is calling out to me positionally. Like, that's the biggest problem going on right now, really, is I have to play knight c7. Maybe it's for lack of a better plan. Maybe it's because I want to play bishop d6 and queen c7. Whatever helps me sleep at night to justify this move, knight c7. I don't know. It just feels like I'm making some progress if I at least get rid of one of his strong pieces, trade it for a not so strong piece, and I feel like just a little more freedom to move there. All right, so knight c7. Let's seriously check for tactics here. Knight g5 takes queen h5, h6 should not be that scary because I have queen e8. Okay. Oh wait, I said that, but I might have lied it. Knight c7, knight g5 takes queen h5, h6, queen g6 takes bishop d3. What the heck is this? Why am I getting into this ridiculous line? There I'd have rook f5 maybe. If that's how the game is, that would be knight g5. Ooh. You'd think you'd be able to refute this. Knight c7, rook h7, king h7, knight g5. Oh my goodness. Here, queen h5, back, bishop d3, rook f6, followed by rook h6, right? Queen here, 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 here. Where is that? Oh, well, the bishop's on d3. You don't have to check here. Oh boy. It don't feel good though. It don't feel good. Oh, how about this? Knight c7, bishop d3, g6, rook h7, king h7, knight g5 takes, queen h5, check. Oh, is that mate? Oh, that would be mate. Knight c7, bishop d3, g6, rook h7, king h7, knight g5 check. Maybe I don't have to take it. If I take, then that is most assuredly checkmate. Knight g5, I think I have king there. So maybe not the end of the world there. Oh, yeah. Did Kalichi Monger win yet? Alright, just take a free, it's just free knight, right? Free knight, GG. Okay. I think I'm going to play no wait, not g6. Look, I almost started just playing this ridiculous move. Alright, I don't see a win after knight c7, so I'm going to charge boldly into it. Bishop d3, g6, rook h7, come at me, bro. I'm not going to accept the knight g5 sack if it happens. But I will accept on h7. So let's, I mean, this is just pretty much, I mean, I'm going to calculate. If I miss something, I'm going to get checkmated. If I don't miss anything, then, well, there's not much good to say about my position, but I have a bishop pair and a pawn break. So, I mean, there's enough in the position where, like, if my opponent blunders, then I'm back in the game. But there's definitely some kind of big mistakes were made here. Like, only move 12, my goodness. Already when, after c5, knight b5, I was like, did I mess something up here? I may have. I definitely didn't get a great position here. Okay, so knight c7, and I'm telling myself that this helps me prepare e5 and try to get some kind of something going in the center. g6, so on bishop d3, I'm planning g6. If there's time, I will go rook f7. If there's not time, I'm going to accept whatever sack he makes and hope for the best. You know, good old, like, 18th century style chess. All right. I mean, well, what can I do? I mean, h6, is this even a candidate move? Just knight h4 resigns. G6, here we go. I pre-move king takes h7, play it. I think that rook takes h7 does not work for him. Because after rook h7, king h7, knight g5, I don't have to take. I'll play king g7. No, I didn't calculate. Maybe there's some kind of double sack. Oh, no. Yeah, again, if rook h7, king h7, bishop g6, maybe I can just play king g7 there. This should be interesting. I have rook f7 coming. Hold on for dear life. And then we'll definitely need to go back after the game. I thought I was playing white this game. I was literally looking at some ridiculous French sideline, like e4, e6, d4, d5, knight c3, knight c6. That's what I was looking at, like to prepare against him because he plays this sometimes. I like looked up a video. I made a chess-based file. Like the one game I try to actually prepare for a little. I don't even look at which color it is. That is not good. All right, did Kalichi Monger win the? Oh, okay, he's decided to play for checkmate instead. I mean, stop being so fancy and take a free knight, right? Is there something wrong with taking the knight? I don't get it. I'm typing in the chat. Take the knight. Oh, maybe I won't type it. It looks like the chat's got me covered on that one. All right, rook h7. Come on, play it. Rook h7. Rook h7. Go Paul Morphy me. Probably, I don't know. Rook h7 is a little too much, but definitely there's some sacrificial candidate moves here. Like takes, knight g5. That's not a real candidate move, I lied. Knight g5 immediately takes. Oh, now rook h7. Oh, look at that. Knight g5 immediately takes. Now rook h7. King h7. Queen h5 does work. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We missed that one, didn't we? Well, now it's the reverse. Now if knight g5 takes, he takes here. I can't accept the second sacrifice. But I can still play rook f7 there, possibly. Right? You should have at least a perpetual after bishop g6, right? No, maybe not. Maybe not even a perpetual. Check here. There's too many arrows. I don't know. I guess there's kind of a natural like stopping point to your calculation in online chess. Like when you can't draw any more arrows, you have to stop calculating. Over the board chess, there's no such restriction. But let's see if he sacks something on this turn. Because knight g5, it's tempting, right? Knight g5, knight g5 takes. Let me make sure I'm not crazy. Rook h7, king h7, queen h5 check. This is definitely mate, right? Yeah, here, check, here, and mate. So knight g5, I accept the first one, but after rook h7, I cannot accept any more. I could play possibly e5 there. Wait, what would e5 do? I haven't determined that as of yet. Rook h7, I think I just play rook f7 there. And I don't think you have anything better than, you know, rook back. All right, but like he's 2247. I guess he can calculate a little bit. What's his blitz rating? 2378. Okay, so he's a better calculator than me. Let's see. 2378. My blitz rating is 2226. All right, so I assume he's not going to blunder rook h7 then. If he was 1400 though, man, that would be tempting. Actually, no, the 1400 wouldn't even see the idea. This is like you could trick at 1800 with this because they have to be good enough to see the idea, but bad enough that they forget. I don't have to take the second sacrifice. So if my opponent was 1800, I would trick him good with that. Okay, so we finally took a completely free knight here. Time for black to resign. Now it's really time for black to resign. Now we're just mated. Oh my goodness. Rook here is coming. This is just GG. What even play this? Delayed mate for a couple moves. Not that many moves actually. It's still gonna be mate soon. Okay, so black resigns there. Does black resign here is the real question. All right, I guess I forgot to type in the chat. Okay. Rook h7. I'm typing this in the chat. For example, rook h7, king h7, knight g5, king g7. but probably he just builds up normally and pancakes me. That is what I said to the chat. Okay. Let me see here. So, okay, if you're not going to play a completely ridiculous move here, such as rook h7 or, knight g5, think about queen c2, rook f7 is my plan. After rook f7, I'm not as worried of just losing on the spot, but I definitely want to have time to get into get knight b5 in. Knight c7, honestly, this might be a double question mark move because until I make this trade, my queen is awfully tied down to this knight. Like I can't play queen f8 or queen e8. We'll see if that comes up in any relevant variations. Let me see here one thing. Why does it never let me stream here? Okay, I'm gonna Google how I can get my stream to show up on Lichess. How should I do that? This looks like a good way to do that. Open new window, Lichess, stream. Good. Okay, apparently my stream is being reviewed by moderators, so if my stream lasts for another 6 hours, then maybe the moderators will approve it. Yeah. So rook f7 is my plan against normal things, or if I had time, like if this move doesn't even make a direct threat, I will definitely try to play knight b5. Bishop d5 would be weird because well, maybe I shouldn't get too tempted by that. But anyways, I would trade knights. I want to play queen d6. I want to not get too crushed on the king side. And if I can break in the center and get this bishop active, I don't know. It's an achievement. It's an achievement to make it out of the opening. I'm way down on time, which is what happens when your opponent just gets a free kingside attack. Knight h5, kind of silly for me to underestimate how strong bishop g3 was, especially in conjunction with e5. The f6 is fairly weakening. So maybe in this position, I don't know. I mean, even looking at it now, it's still hard to find a sensible plan here. Maybe I needed to put, maybe put this knight on d5 or e4 and play like knight d6. That could have been an idea, actually. Play knight e4 and knight d6. Knight e4, I guess it's still maybe one day kind of, probably not, has the idea of g5. Knight e4, bishop d6. Yeah, the problem is I probably get just Greek gifted or something. There no bishop h7 there? No, there's no bishop h7. You can take and go back to h6. Interesting. Okay, we'll see what he comes up with against g6. If you can check, maybe it certainly looks pretty scary. I don't see an immediate win, but I am also pretty bad at tactics, so I'm not as bad at tactics as I am at positional play. I would say I'm about 1200 at positional play and 1300 at tactics. And I'm about 2700 at winning on time, which is how my rating averages up to 2200. Okay, he plays this. I guess if I take, let's see, he plays here, rook f7, takes. Yeah, okay, I see, I'm picking up what you're putting down here. f5 is always my kind of worst case scenario here. Okay, rook f7, takes, queen here could be a laugh and a half. No, then I have rook g7. Okay, takes, queen h6, here, takes, obviously I can't take because of checkmate on h1. If there's any way I can play knight b5, obviously I want to do that, but I don't think I can. Knight b5, just queen h6. It's just too strong. It's just too strong. Okay, so I think it's time for rook h7 for sure. So let's see. Rook h7, and then I'm defending h7. I have the idea of putting it on g7 as well. Bishop comes back to f8 if necessary to kick out any unwanted queens. And I'm staying alive, barely, right? Oh, does he have some crazy fork idea or something? I hope not. If he does, I'm just toast. Okay, so let me double check. Knight b5 here. They're just threatening mate in 1. They don't really have any good option there except for rook f7, and then bishop g6 is lights out. Or is it? Technically, rook g7 there does not hang mate. How ridiculous is that? It just takes this way. All right, I've just dropped 2 pawns for nothing in that line. Okay, so I will not do that. All right, so rook f7, obvious. Well, I won't say obviously because nothing's obvious, but should exclude rook h7 possibilities. Rook f7 should exclude knight g5 possibilities. Rook f7, queen h6 is now met with bishop f8. Rook f7, bishop to g6 takes, and queen h6 would be met with rook g7. And do I live there? No, then bishop g6. No, wait. Did I start the line by sacking the bishop on g6? I'm pretty sure I did. Rook f7, yeah, I'm looking at bishop g6, hg6, queen h6, rook g7, and then if necessary, I can even support it. No, I can't do that yet. That's annoying. Okay, so if necessary, I can't support it with queen e8 yet. Knight h4, knight h4. I'm just gonna have to hope and pray here that takes is okay for me. And if he recaptures, I have this. Otherwise, okay, it's a mess. If he wants to start with sacking his bishop, then I don't really see how I'm going to prevent it. I mean, more importantly, do I have any candidate move except rook f7? Sure, certainly not queen e8, certainly not takes here. e5 doesn't seem what I'm looking for. All right, and in the, on the absence of any other reasonable move, I'm going to play rook f7 here. Try to hold on. Hold on for dear life. Did Kalichi Monger's opponent resign here? Yes, he did. All right, I wanted to see if that whole exchange check was theory. Yes, it was. Okay, he claims that he studied this line a month ago and saw the exchange check as winning. Okay, that's a lot more theory than I know. So he already knew all the way up to here. Oh my goodness, that's funny. Well, I mean, he didn't use any time on the clock, so I'm like, either he's playing theory or he's just like completely given up and is just making up crazy stuff. But okay, yeah, and I think that honestly his attack is just so strong, like he could just choose his way to win. So yeah, good game for him, really. I mean, I'd be interested to see the computer analysis, see if he made any mistakes. I don't think he did. I didn't see any huge mistakes here. All right, I'm going to post my link in the chat again. Somebody suggested C4 in the chat. All right, I shouldn't look at the YouTube chat too much in case somebody decides to suggest moves. The C4 that he's suggesting was about 100 years ago, so let me not look at that. All right, I'll post in the chat here one more time. Streaming here. I don't know. I mean, the stream is more for my own benefit than anybody else's. We can always go back and see what I missed is nice. All right, so if I have time, I would love to play knight b5. If he's doing his job correctly, he won't give me any time to do that. The main thing that I care about is bishop g6 doesn't seem to work. Queen h6 isn't that threatening. Knight h4 I didn't really consider. Maybe I do play f5 there. I mean, f5 obviously is not a move I could play under normal circumstances, allowing knight e5, but okay, if he takes his knight off of f3, it becomes at least a remote possibility to play f3. This position is not good for me. This is a mess. I'm not suffering any illusions there, but if I can hold on, if I can untangle, I can calculate a little bit. And most importantly, if I can play a little bit faster, playing too slow. All right, let's see if anybody in the world. Cool. A6? Not really. Rather take here. We'll see. I just feel like getting more pieces off benefits me, and this knight doesn't really have a future, which maybe leads him to the positional idea of him playing knight a3 voluntarily. Yeah, that might be a good move right now. Just knight a3. Does his knight have a future? Yeah, through knight c2. I don't know. Maybe then I play knight e8. Just try to get an extra defender over there. Knight d6. Tough, because I don't really have the luxury to spend a lot of time. Either time in terms of move or time on the clock. Knight a3, do I chop it? That seems wrong. Seems very wrong. But I'll still calculate it for some reason. Rook a3, maybe queen d6. Really try to force through this. And I'm left with this knight. This bishop is surely a better piece than this knight. Knight a3 might be interesting for him. Might be a good move. Okay, so knight a3, maybe I just switch plans. Bring the knight to e8. Maybe I play bishop d6. Maybe I play queen d6. Yeah, queen d6 is not unreasonable. Maybe I play... I wanted to somehow play b6, bishop a6. That's probably wishful thinking, though. So if he allows me to do it, I'll chop on b5 because I mean this is just bad knight versus good knight, right? Where was my knight before? I could barely even remember. Oh, it was on a6. Okay, yeah. To be fair, like you can say it's bad on c7, but its previous home was a6, so it could be worse. Now that I think about it, whenever I play knight c7, knight b8 here might make more sense. Knight b8, then at least I can play pawn a6 and maybe and knight c6, of course, supporting the e5 break. Yeah, so that might have been a missed opportunity here. I played this and I said I don't see any other move to play, but I didn't even consider knight b8. Okay, so he plays knight h4. He wants to absolutely kill me on the king side. Yeah, I mean he could do that if he wants. He can certainly try to kill me on the king side. All right, so bishop g6, hg6, and knight here is I suppose a threat, and looks like a pretty big one to me. Let me see. So takes, takes, takes. Maybe I can get away with rook h7 there. You're kind of running out of pieces for the attack there. Let me see. Okay, so I'll play knight b5 if he can't answer it with sacking on g6 immediately, right? Or maybe, okay, let me calculate one thing at a time. But first I'll start knight b5, queen h6. Threatening knight g6. Big time. So knight b5, knight here. No, queen here. Knight d6, being very greedy. Try to go for knight f5, right? Bishop g... No, not bishop g6. Knight g6 is not an immediate threat. So knight f5? Possibly holds on there. That is so sketchy. And to play that with like that being 4 moves out and completely forced, and you know you missed something along the way, sketchy. But you have to trust yourself. Like I don't know. Like I know I don't calculate perfectly, but if you're not going to trust your own calculation during a game, then you really have absolutely nothing to stand on. So if I calculate a lot, I'm going to assume, knowing that it's incorrect, that I haven't missed anything huge. Okay, so knight b5, queen h6. I think I can get greedy and play knight d6 there. I think. And knight g6, I'm going to play knight f5. So let's see. Maybe bishop g6. Bishop g6 could be more bothersome. Hg6, now knight g6. Yeah, but still rook g7. And again, I don't see a mate. Yeah, I don't see a mate. Okay, so I don't believe in knight b5, queen h6. I don't. I think I can get away with this, and if I can get away with that, I probably can also get away with something like this, you know. Okay, so take on b5, take on g6 with bishop, takes, and knight takes. Now this is actually fairly threatening. Checkmate. And here my idea was to play rook h7. And I don't see anything wrong with that idea. Knight b5, bishop g6, hg6, knight here, and rook h7. I'm alive for the time being. Knight b5, rook, or right, knight b5, knight g6, takes, queen h6. That could be it. Now, rook g7, now here. That will probably do it. That'll probably do it. Knight here, knight g6. But yeah, knight here, knight g6. Technically, you're not threatening anything. Oh my goodness, can I play? Oh, knight b5, knight g6, knight d6. Ay, ay, ay. That looks completely insane. There's no rook h7. You're like a move short of crashing through on h7, right? Play knight d6. The idea knight d5, idea knight f5. I'm gonna go for it, and if I get pancaked in a really instructive way, then that'll be good. But yeah. All right, I'll try one more time to calculate knight takes. Okay, knight b5, knight takes. I cannot accept this. Just queen h6. So my idea is to play knight back to d6. Still up a piece, mind you. And I don't see a crazy way for you to continue your attack. Queen h6, and knight f5 is my idea. And the rook on h7 is just the glue, not even the glue, the thread, the spider filament. I don't know what you even call that. Silk. That's what you call it. Strand of spider silk that is holding my my position together. It is not really that amazing. Let's go for it. Let's hope he sacks on g6. We'll either somehow steal a piece and we'll have successfully baited him, or we'll go down fighting at least. We'll let him. Okay, he just recaptured. Like, he didn't even consider all these sacrifices. Of course not. Okay, but now I have to consider these sacrifices for sure. And rook g7 would be my main idea here by far. e5? f5? Okay, rook g7. Is this, I can't remember. Is this a threat? Surely this is now a threat. Yes. It's got to be a big threat. Okay, so e5 is my idea. And the question, I guess, is after e5, can you take on g6? Then I would play e4 most likely. Then I would stay alive. Okay, so in that case, e5, bishop g6, hg6, knight g6, knight h7 is again my idea. What changed about the position? I guess what changed is that I'm not threatening to grab a piece now, right? Okay, so e5, knight g6 doesn't work because of e4. I hope. I could be wrong, but I hope it's true. e5, bishop g6, knight, no wait, hg6, knight g6, rook h7. It's not good. He probably still has compensation there, even down a piece, but okay, e5, queen h, wherever the heck that is. That's very threatening to me. I can't even say the words. I'd probably play e4 there, and then takes, no. Play e4, if takes, then I have this takes. So okay, all right, e5. E5 has got to be the idea. Got to play e4. Get some activity going. We need something. We need something to happen in the center, and I really need to not just get completely pancaked by some crazy sacrifice there. Let's see this. Cool. Please don't let anything happen on h7. I'm down on time. This is really the first game this whole season that I've been so behind on the clock. I'm usually up like half an hour. But I mean, I've been thinking from literally move one, right? Like I had to think a good bit about if I was going to play d5 here. I don't know, e6, f5. And I was hoping I was going to be able to Chigorin him, but he Chigorined me, right? With white. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's see what happens to me on the g6 square. I mean, I've given him everything I wanted, right? I'm just making the bare minimum. I have a single piece defending my king. He has 100 pieces attacking it. I mean, by any calculus there should be something. But you know, the reason I'm saying that is hopefully I can send some like energy vibrations telling him that he should sack on g6. Because I mean, I did calculate it out. I don't see how he gets a mate, at least. I sneak out up a piece, I think. But like I said, even that position, he could play down a piece and probably be fine. If he lets me play e4, then I have some hope. I have some hope. Takes doesn't seem advisable, because then I have some more trading ideas. It's still e4 comes. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. If I start to think that I'm better or something here, that'd be probably ridiculous. He should still have a serious initiative on the king side, if there's any justice in chess. But we'll see. Can he pancake me here? Can he pancake me? It's tough being down on time. It's not like I pretty much I don't know. I don't like being down on time. I'm usually a pretty fast player. Okay, but if you're gonna get checkmated almost every move, then you have to calculate. Like, okay, if I make it to move 20 and I'm not checkmated, it was an achievement, honestly, based on how scared I was of this position after HG3 right here. For the most part, I've said the things that I'm gonna do, right? Which is trade on B5, play Rook F7, and hold on for dear life. And I even got E5. If I get away with this, like I am making progress in the position, it just happens to be still extremely scary. Like knight g6, e4. How much can you really trust this? About as far as you can throw it, right? Still alive. I didn't even think about bishop e2 there. Takes, queen h6 here. Probably because there's nothing really to think about. Oh, our pre-move rook takes a7. You never know. All right, he's going for it. Knight to g6 here. I believe the only possible move for me is e4. E4 here. And I don't see the mate. Has he missed e4? That's too much to hope for, probably. But I don't see the mate. E4. Rook h7 is nothing. Let me make sure I get mated here. H takes g6. Queen h6 is just absolute nonsense. So just e4 here. Let's see what happens. Oh, I guess you can grab this. Didn't even think about that. Okay, but this is it's got to be acceptable. This is acceptable, honestly. We traded some pieces, right? I did not think about knight e7. Just snarfing a pawn. Rude. Rudely just taking a pawn here. Okay. So queen takes or rook takes. Queen takes makes sense from a development perspective. Try to follow it up with bishop f5. And is the position good? No, I'm down a pawn. Is there any particular compensation? No. If anything, he has compensation. But okay, let's just try to make a decision here. Rook e7. I don't especially see the point. Queen e7. Well, I don't know. Feels weird taking away defense from f6 maybe. I can't put my finger on it, but I am going to play queen f7. I can't really think about it too long here. Okay, queen e7. And then, you know, if I can get in bishop d7, rook d8, e3. Oh, that's a lot of moves to really hope for there. He goes bishop e2. Maybe he goes here. Completely messes me up. Could happen. If he castles, you know, now at least maybe a3 is an idea. Or does he play b3 there? Or a6, b6, respectively. Okay, anyways, that was a bad oversight, honestly. I thought e4 was, for a second there, I'm like, oh my goodness, he blundered. But no, he just decides to kind of cash out for a pawn. And not completely cash out, because my king is still not very safe. He's still up a good bit on time. Of course, white should be close to winning here, if not winning. Okay, so bishop e2. I don't see that much to think about. Just play bishop e2. Is he thinking about bishop c2 instead? Maybe go here, target this pawn. I guess you could do that. Then I would think about bishop d7, I guess. He always has b6. My goodness. This is all kinds of not ideal, huh? All kinds of not ideal. It is not ideal that I'm down a pawn. It's not ideal that I'm always having to worry about checkmate. Hey, I guess my bishop's more active than his in some way, right? Even though it's a worse bishop in terms of color. This did not go my way. This did not go my way at all. 97. And that just shows you, right? I sit here and calculate 700 lines, and then I miss that he can just grab a pawn. Maybe tactics are overrated. You just need common sense. Well, I don't see what he's thinking about so much. I mean, is there some kind of checkmate idea that I'm missing here? Like, pretty sure I have h7 on lockdown. Pretty sure that's fine. Maybe, honestly, this made more sense. So, rook e7, so I could play queen e8 and be faster to maybe make something happen with the e-file. But just bishop e2 and honestly castles kingside. I don't know what exactly I do about that. Okay, he does go bishop c2. I can hit this pawn now. Bishop c2. I mean, he has bishop b3, obviously. I'm gonna get toasted here. This is not good. Bishop d. Okay, let's see. Bishop d7, bishop b3, queen e6. Wow, that looks safe. Not. Technically, this pawn might fall. Queen e2, rook d8. No. Oh, no, rook e7? Bishop d7, bishop b3. I'm just going to land myself in some kind of absolutely horrendous pin here. Queen e6. I mean, it's the worst position in the world. Can't play like this. But if you can grab a pawn, then apparently I'm willing to do anything. Queen e2. Rook e7, at least unpinning one piece. E3 is honestly not that big of a deal. Bishop d7, bishop b3. Maybe it is queen d6, just so I have some idea of playing e3 here. Yeah, I guess at least, yeah, after bishop, what am I saying? Bishop d7, bishop b3, queen d6. At least I threaten e3 there for real, right? No, e3 is a decent sized threat, right? Yeah, it looks like it. And bishop b5 is also a threat. And I have 19 minutes, so I'm pretty much going to go for that before I lose on time. I really only checked, honestly, for one idea from white, which was bishop b3. Maybe he has something else planned, but I think if bishop b3, queen d6. Okay, please don't miss anything huge here. Please don't miss anything huge here. Queen d6. I don't know, queen e3. Queen e6 here. I am playing e3. Like, e3 is legitimately a threat, right? Okay, I play this. Hitting this. I really just can't afford to spend all this time anymore, sadly. b6. I'll just blitz out e3. And then I guess the key tactic is e3, queen takes e3, take on e7, take on d5, queen takes, take here, and rook e8 would win the game. Or actually, if he takes on d5, I could just play here. Yeah. So e3 is a legitimate threat-ish. He could play queen f4. Queen f4 is actually... queen f4 would just be strong. Queen f4 would just be strong. I would just be very suffering after queen f4. Please don't find queen f4. Please try to find a knockout blow. And don't play the calm, cool, and collected move queen f4. Oy. Queen f4 takes. I mean, why wouldn't he play queen f4? It's a very good move. Oh, and then I might just be lost there. I can't even defend. Queen f4, if I trade on f4, takes. I can't even hold on to the d5 pawn because, but for example, queen f4 takes, and then bishop e6 would be met with f5. And obviously there's no bishop c6, so queen f4. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna get absolutely toasted here. I'm getting completely toasted. I'm gonna have to play queen e6. Maybe queen b8. No, wait, what? Queen b8 was, I don't even know what that was. Oh boy. Queen f4. What an annoying little move. Huh. I finds it. Okay, queen f4. I was kind of hoping he wouldn't play this move, but he did. Okay, if I trade, I'm losing. So if I don't trade, I'm also probably certainly losing. How did this get so bad so quick? Just because I'm down a pawn, have an exposed king, and have the worst bishop, that's enough to lose the game, apparently. And also, I'm not calculating anything. Man, chess is tough. All right, takes. Is there any hope for me whatsoever in this endgame? No, as long as he finds the not very difficult move, f5, then I will just get completely toasted as usual. Not good. Takes. Maybe give up the exchange. That's ridiculous. Don't do that. Terrible. Terrible. Really. Okay, so queen e6 may well be forced here. Still technically threatening that. So, yeah, I mean, I'm just got to play one move at a time, basically. I mean, This is just kind of the death throes of this game. Like he outplayed me start to finish, and now we're just seeing the last part of the game before I resign, pretty much. And there's some hope if he lets me take on b5 and play bishop c4, but given that he doesn't have to do that, I expect he won't do that. For example, I don't know, bishop a4, pawn c4, nah. I don't know. I assume he has something terrible here. I'm just gonna take on b5. If that hangs checkmate or something, then he could checkmate me. Start to finish, start to finish. I mean, that kind of shows you like it's not enough to be able to calculate. Like every move from this point, I was pretty much calculating that there's no mate. Sometimes there's no mate, and you're just gonna lose because you have such a bad position. Like, I guess maybe if I was a better calculator, maybe I could have found a way out of here without even losing a pawn. It just seemed unlikely, though. I guess I didn't have to play e5. E5 was kind of an unforced error, right? That said, I mean, what's the alternative, really? Rook g7? Rook g7, queen h6, like, more of the same stuff happens. Okay, so he plays the move rook h5, which is a pretty, one, amusing, and two, logical move. So he just wants to take here. If he does that, I will have to resign, so I prefer he not do that. I mean, I could play what? What do I even play? Pawn f5? Really? e3? There's just nothing here. It's just resign time. Okay, so I guess I'll play this. You could play check. Okay, doesn't really matter. I mean, the game's over. We're just playing moves now. You can see his tactic here. Wow, that is actually a very nice tactic. Completely distracting my queen from the defensive d5. And if I play here, maybe this check is the idea. No, if I play here, your idea is bishop takes d5, queen takes d5, it takes here. All right, so I've been toasted by the Jobava London system. Maybe I should go actually sit down and learn that chapter of Mr. Sam Shanklin's repertoire. I don't see anything to do here. Like if I move, I drop d5, right? I can't play rook f6 because I still drop d5. In fact, you can basically pre-move, take on d5. I don't have any crazy tactic involving this. Okay, time to resign. Good game. Let's click on the analysis board. All right, and I will conclude my stream here, but don't worry, I'll conduct some post-game analysis on my own after I recover emotionally, kind of. But yeah, just got toasted. But it was an interesting game, anyways. It definitely inspired me to look up how the heck to deal with this line. It's definitely not by giving them this open H file. That was a big mistake. So do not try this at home. And if anybody watched, to all two of my viewers, thanks. And I'll probably stream my next game as well. All right.